Okay, after hero section, we need to create our category section like we have in our demo website. If I go in my demo website, then here you can see we have a beautiful category section, which is a carousel and it is rotating when I hover on any category. So we need to create this section. But before this, we need to change the title and SVG in our title. You can see here we have wheat plus react, but in our demo website we have grocery store, so we need to change this. For this I am going into the VS Code, and from here in my assets folder I have a logo. This is I have logo.svg, so I will copy this and paste it into public folder. This is our public folder. I am going to paste it. I will paste it by pressing Ctrl plus V. So this will be pasted in our public folder, our svg. Okay, it is not okay. This is now you can see we have logo.svg in our public folder. So I'm going to close this. Also this, what we need to do, we need to just go in index.html. Here we have index.html. Okay, then here we have link tag where href is wheat.svg, but we don't need wheat, we need logo.svg. Okay, after that we need to change title, so our title will be grocery store, like this. If I save this file and come back to my browser, now you can see here we have grocery store title and svg, which is our own logo, not the provided by default. Okay, this is done. Now it's time to create our category section. For that we will create a new component in our components folder. I am going to close all this file. In our components folder I create a new folder with the name category.jsx. then I will use RAFCE to create functional component. Now we need to call this category in our home page, because this is the part of our home page. After hero section we will call home, sorry, this is not home, it will be category. You can see I am getting the suggestion. If I click on this, you can see here I have imported category. If you don't get suggestion, you can import this manually. Okay, this is our category. Now if I go my browser, so here you can see category test. It means our category component is rendered successfully in our home page. Okay, let me open VS Code. Now it's time to build category. So first of all we need to import some motion. Like I'm going to import motion from motion react. Like this, and we need to import swiper styling. So for that I am going to import, we just need to copy paste this, we need to copy paste this and use in our category like this. Swiper, then swiper css and swiper css module, like this. Okay, this is done. Now it's time to one more thing we need to copy, that is autoplay is also imported. You can see autoplay, then swiper css and motion. Okay, we have already did motion. So what we need to do, we need to create here a array of colors, const colors. And what will do this array, this will be used as the background color of each category. Okay, so I am going to use bg red 300. This will be first background color, then bg green 300. Sorry, it will be in double or single quotes. bg green 300, like this. So I will copy paste some more colors like this. You can see this is very simple. Background BG red 300, then green 300, blue, cyan, purple, pink, orange and teal. This is very simple, so that's why I am copy pasting it. Now we need here categories data. In our assets we have categories data, but before that we need to fetch categories data in our app so that we can use it globally. For that, what we will do, we will import categories. You can see import categories from assets, and here we will make a new state, const category data, categories data, then set categories data, and by default it will be and use state, sorry, we will use state, and it will be like this, empty array. Now we need to create a function which will be fetch categories data and set in this categories data. For now, what we will do, we will use const fetch categories like this, and it will be an async function because later we will call here our API. For now we are just using here our dummy data, so I will use set categories data, and we will set categories, these categories which we have imported from our assets. So this function will be run when our application render, when our application loads. So for that we will use effect like this. We will import use effect also. Okay, use effect like this, and here we will call fetch categories function, and we did not pass any dependency array because we need to render use effect on every render. Means I want use effect should be run when our page reload. Okay, now we need to pass this categories data into value object so that we can use this in whole application. Categories data is passed. Now we will get this categories data in our category component. How we will fetch, we will like this categories data, then use context imported will be react, and inside use context we will use app context, which is the name of our app context or our store. Okay, this is done. After that we just need to do here in JSX. Okay, I will apply some classes on this div. Class name will be padding top and bottom 12. Inside this div we will create one more div like this, and here we will use class name text center, flex and item center. Here we will use these classes, and inside this div we will use h2 tag. So I am going to use h2 tag, and this will be category like this. After this we need a div which will be a green line. Okay, we don't need to pass inside this, we just need to pass here some classes. Like I will do margin from left 1, width will be 20, and flex like flex, and border will be bottom border will be scanty like this. Border will be scanty and border will be 2 like this. Now if I visit my browser, so you can see here category and this beautiful line, but we need to apply some classes on h2. So h2, let me copy some classes here. We will apply here max width. So maximum width will be LG, text will be LG, and font will be medium. Now you can see this beautiful text. Okay, this is category text. Okay, I hope you have got my point. Okay, let me do one thing clear. we just need to apply some classes on our app.js, which is our entry point. By applying classes, so our all pages will be just take that width and height. So I am using here class name in this div, and it will be width will be full, like this. Width will be full and mx will be auto. It will center all the content, and px will be 4, on smpx will be 6. Px mean padding from left and right, and an lgpx will be 24. Okay, by doing so, now you can see our category is here. This is because of just these classes. Here we have applied responsive classes on this main entry point, which is our app.jsx. Okay, after this div, category div, after this category div, we need to here make slider. So I will use a slider. Here I will use slider, but before slider, after this div, we will use h2 tag, and it will be shop by collection, like this, shop by collection, and classes will be provided here. Class name will be, you can see, margin top 4, text secondary, font extra bold, and text 3xl. This is for this shop by collection. Okay, shop by collection is done. After that, we just need to use swiper, like we did in our hero component. Swiper and module will be autoplay. Sorry, we need this inside this opening swiper, not inside the swiper. Here, okay, module will be autoplay, and autoplay will be like this. Delay will be 4000, and we will disable on interaction. Disable on interaction will be false. We need to provide these two properties in autoplay. After that, we need to apply loop, which will be true. Sorry, will be single bracket, loop will be true, like this, and slides per view will be 6. Slides per view, you can see here slides per view, and we will give here value. So I want 6 at the time sliding our categories. Okay, after that we need to apply here breakpoints for responsive classes. I will use a breakpoint. Yes, you can see breakpoint property here, and here we just need to apply 0. For 0, we want slides per view just 2. You can see this, sorry, like this. For 0, slide per view will be 2. For 780, we don't need this. For on 780, we need 3, like these, and on 1024 we need 6, not 5. So this is the configuration of our breakpoints. After this, we need to apply class name, and here width will be full. Width will be full, and my will be 5. Now we will go inside this swiper, and here we will map categories data dot map, and inside we will take one category and index, like this. So like this. Here we will use swiper slider, swiper slide, this, like this, and here we will provide key. Our key will be I, which is this index number. Okay, this will be our key. In this we will use motion.div, because we need to apply some animation. That's why we are going to use here motion. We already imported above motion dot div, sorry, motion dot div, like this. Okay, now we need to take image inside this div, and this will be category dot image, like this, and here will be provided classes, class name property, which is width will be 32 and height will be 32. this is the classes for the image tag, and after that we will use h3 tag. This is h3 tag, and here we will use category dot name, and I am going to place some classes in h3 tag. Text will be LG font, semi-bold, text degree 800. After that we need to apply here on motion.div some style. First of all, I am going to apply here animation. While hover, scale will be 1.1. okay, no, we don't need here our scale. We need scale, but we need hover, but we need to rotate here. Rotate on 360 degree. Okay, 360. It will rotate 360 degree when we will hover on this div. Okay, after this, here is an other property which is called transition, and this is very important property to make our animation smoother. Transition will be 0.2. 0.3. I will take transition 0.3. After that we need here class name. So in class name we need to apply some dynamic classes. So I will paste here and tell you. See, here we have taken width and height for this div rounded. Then here we have applied colors. You can see here we have defined some colors, background colors. So that's why we here use background color on this div. $sign, then colors, then I means we have dynamic colors, which is this index. Okay, flex will be column, item center, justify center, cursor pointer, on hover scale will be 105, transition R and duration. So this is done. If I move to my browser, so you can see here I have one category. Okay, so we need here slides per view will be 6, but we are just providing loop will be true, slides per view will be 6. Okay, breakpoints, and here we will use slide per view will be 6. Just refresh me this whole web page. Okay, as I refresh, you can see we have our all categories. You can slide them like this. Okay, if I hover on any category, you can see it will be rotate on 360 degree. You can see it. This is a very beautiful animation. Okay, this is done. So we need a module type autoplay. Okay, this is done. Then autoplay delay of 4000. This okay, disable on interaction, it is fine. Okay, if I move on on mobile devices, so we need to check on mobile devices, is it responsive? So you can see this is fully responsive on mobile devices also. Okay, we have done our category section here. Next we need to create this product section. You can see this is our product section. So what we need to do, we just need to create one more component in our components. I'm going to create a new component named with the products.jsx. This is a new component, RACE, and this component will be called in our home after the category. So I will use products. Here you can see products. Okay, then just close category also. So before using product, we need to fetch products in our app context, so we can globally use this. After categories, you can see like this. Here we will import products from assets. These products is available in our assets.js file. Okay, then we will duplicate this state and we will use products data. Then we will use set products data. Our setter function will be set products data, and it will be by default an empty array. Okay, now we need to copy this function and we will change this function name fetch products, like this, fetch products, and this will be fetch products data. This will be our setter function, and here we will use, instead of categories, we will use products which are from assets. These products will be here set. Okay, after this we just need to copy this function also on in use effect. All products will be fetched when our application will be rendered. Okay, this is done. So we just need to we just need to pass this in our value object products data, so that we can use in our other component in products. Now we just need to import const products data from use context, then app context. So I'm not getting suggestion. What will do, I will go in app context, then I will get suggestions. Context, app context. Okay, I'm not getting. I will import this manually. Import app context. App context from context and app context. Okay, this is done, and we need to here navigate. Also, we will use navigate from our store. Okay, this is done. Our products, we have fetched our products data. Here what we will do, we will use class name, and it will be py will be 12. After that, in from category, we just need to copy this div. Okay, this div, and I will paste this div here like this. This is a div, and in this div I have a h2 tag and div tag. So we will change this h2 to recently arrived product like this, and here this div will be same. After this div h2 will be changed to pick your favorite one. So this is our products. If I go in my store, you can see recently arrived products and pick your favorite one. Okay, this is beautifully done. After this we just need a div. Here we need a div, and in this div we will map products data which is coming from our store, products data dot map like this, and here we will use one single product like this product, and here we need to create one more component which will be product card, and this component will represent a single card of product. So it will be product card dot jsx. Okay, like this, and it will be RAFCE like this. Now what we need to do, we just need to call product card. You can see I'm getting the suggestion product card. So we have called here product card. We just now need a key property, and key will be product dot underscore id, product dot underscore id, because we have underscore id property in our product. Okay, then we need to send prop, so that we can get these props in our product card component like this, and we just need a navigate. Also we need to send navigate. We will also use navigate. Okay, or we can remove from navigate. From here we just fetch navigate from our store. So here we will destructure product like this. So product passed from here will be received here, and I will also receive const navigate from our store. Navigate helps us to move to another component or page. Then it will be use context. This will be use context, then app context. So this is our app context. Okay, this is done. Now I need to apply some classes on this first div. Okay, on product card first div. So here I am going to apply some classes, so you don't need to worry. I am going to explain you each class. So these are the classes of our first index. Here we have give width and height, rounded, then background color, after this padding, then hover border, then hover transform, hover scale, transition all, ease and out, and duration of 300. Okay, this is done. In this we have a p tag. So here I have p tag, and here we have product dot weight like this, and in this After this we have a div, and in this div we will use a class name property. Class name will be cursor pointer, and in this div we will use our image of the product, and we have multiple images in our product, so we need to just show first index of our product. So for that we will use product dot images of first index, like this. Okay, in this way we can show first image of our index of our product, sorry. Okay, this is done. After that we need just a button. Okay, in this button we need a icon from Lucid React, so I will use here shopping cart. You can see here shopping cart icon. This is the icon. If I click on this, it will be imported from Lucid React. Okay, we need to give some style on this button, so it will be class name, and here I will use some classes for styling on this button, like here. So flex item center, justify center, margin bottom 3, width full, py will be 1, bg secondary, text white, and cursor pointer. Okay, after doing this, now we need to check this. So you can see this is our product card. It means our product showing correctly. Just do one thing, this is our parent div in products. Okay, you can see this is our parent div in products. So here we will apply some classes. We will use grid. Here we will use grid. So I will use margin top 6 grid, then grid call 1, gap will be, no, I don't need this gap, and gap 6 I don't need. On SM there will be call 2, and on MD there will be calls 3. On MD, like this, MD there will be call 3. It means on medium screen we can show only 3 cards, and on LG we will show 4 cards. On LG, oh sorry, this is not a gap. We will use on LG grid calls will be 4, like this, and on Excel we will use grid call 4. Excel grid calls 5, not 4. So you can see margin top grid call 1, SM grid call 2, MD grid call 3, on LG grid calls 4, and Excel grid calls 5. Item center, justify center, items will be center, justify will be also in center, and there we will give a gap, so gap will be 4. Okay, now if we check our browser, so you can see here this is very beautifully showing our all cards. We just need to add some data of product inside this card after this button. So this is our product card. After this shopping cart button, we need here name of the product. Okay, so I am going to apply a horizontal line here, and here we will use class name, which will be full. Okay, it will do a horizontal line. You can see this is horizontal line. Okay, after this horizontal line we need to create one more div. And first I will show the category of the product. So here we will use product.category. This is product card category, and here we will use class name property, and here will be text will be secondary. And text will be SM, like this. Font will be normal. This is the classes of our category. After that we need H2. In H2 we will use product.name. This is the product name, and here I will use some classes like text will be LG, font will be semi bold, like this, and text gray 800. Will be 800. Okay, this is done. After this we need a new div. If I visit my website now, You can see here we have category, then here we have the name of our product. Okay, after this div we need one more div. Here we need one more div, and in this div we need some classes. So here we need some classes. Class will be flex item center gap of 4, gap of 4. Okay, in this div we just need to show the currency, matlab means price. I want to show here price, so we will use a p tag here, and here we will use product.price, product.price, like this. And I am going to just apply some classes on this. So I will copy and paste some classes. You can see text based, font normal, line through, and text gray 400, and this is the original price of the product. I will just copy, duplicate this p tag, and here I will use offer price of this product, and I don't need this line through and this text. Okay, so here text will be base. Okay, this is done. If I now go here so you can see here product, but here we cannot show the currency. We need to define this currency in our environment variable, so you can change currency according to your need. So for that we just need to click here. You can see here I am clicking on empty space, and here I will create a new file with .env. Okay, then here we will use wheat underscore currency. Okay, and this will be currency will be in $sign. Okay, you must need to write wheat in before any variable, because this is the syntax of wheat. So we just need here in app context, here I am going to use currency like this, const currency is equal to import .meta.env.wheat currency. Okay, just cut this from here and paste it here. Okay, this currency will be provided in this value object, so we can easily use in other components. So now currency is accessible. In product card we will use currency from here. This is currency from our store. Now just need to do currency in this way, like this. It will show currency. Okay, I am going to save this product card. If I visit my browser, so now you can see here currency symbol. You can now understand how we use environment variable in wheat application. So this is done. If I go here, this is our demo website, and this is our the website we are creating. Okay, this is done. Now our product card is done. If I go on mobile devices, this will be responsive definitely. So you can see this is responsive. You can see this is responsive. Okay, I hope you have got the point. Okay, our this section is also done. Now what next section? Next section is this call to action section. We need to create this section. For now I am going to close this section, also this and this, and I will create a new component call to action. Call to action .jss, like this, and RAFCE. This is done. Now we need to call this in our home page. This is our home page, and here we need to call to action. You can see here this is a call to action, and in this call to action we just need, first of all we need to import our assets. Okay, so I am going to import our assets, import assets from assets. Then we will import motion, from React motion, from motion React, like this. Okay, this is done, and we need here Okay, this is done. Now in this div we will make a new div, this div, and we will apply here some classes. So our classes will be these. Flex will be column. On medium screen, flex will be row. Item will be center, so justify between, and gap of 4. Okay. Okay, inside this we will use a motion div. Motion dot div, and here we need just one thing, which is on hover. While on hover, it means when we will hover on this, what will happen. So we need to define here what will happen. We want scale 1.05, 1.05, this div. Okay, after this just write h1 tag here, and here we will use healthy organic fruits, healthy organic fruits in this, and here we will use class name, which will be text primary, then size of text, which will be 2xl, and font bold uppercase. Okay, I hope you have got this point, because these are very simple classes. So just below this I will use h2 tag, and in h2 tag I am going to use get 20% flat off this text and our classes of h2 tag. So these are our classes of h2 tag. Text will be 2xl, font semi bold, and text colors will be secondary. Okay, after this we need a button, and this button will be view all items, sorry, view all items, and classes of this button will be these are the classes of this button. Px will be 6, py 3, background secondary text white, on hover visual primary transition all, is in out duration 300, and cursor will be pointer. So our button is done. After this div. Okay, so after, okay, all this will be in a div. This is a div. After this div we have one more div, or we just need an image. So I need an image tag, and image will be assets dot organic fruits, assets dot organic fruit. This is the image, and width will be 1/2 class, and width will be 1/2. This is the width of our image. Okay, this is done. Now if I visit my browser, so this is our browser. So you can see here healthy organic fruits. We just need some classes to apply on this div. Okay, this is our div, and class name will be flex will be column, flex will be column, and item will be center, like this. Okay, this is done. Okay, on motion.div we need some classes on motion.div. You can see this is our div, so here we need some classes, so that our this section looks beautiful. Background color, then flex call, and these are the classes. Okay, item center, justify between, padding 4 rounded 2xl. Now if I visit this, so you can see this is looking very beautiful. You can see this. Okay, and here if you see, this is like this. So what we need to do, we just need some okay, after this we will create one more div. So I am going to copy this div. This is motion.div. I just copy this, duplicate. I am going to duplicate this, and here we will use organic. First of all we need to change text color, which is this. Okay, then h2 color, which will be fresh organic vegetables, like this, and here we will use view all items. Then in image we will use organic, instead of organic fruits we will use organic vegetables. You can see this organic vegetables. If I save this and click here, you can see now this is showing like this, but this is very big and this is small, so we need to configure this. Okay, this is our div. Here flex will be column, md flex row, item center, justify between and gap of 4. Then here background will be this flex will be column. Okay, below this div here we have flex will be call at gap of 3. Okay, we have not provided here gap of 3 item, we don't need item center, we just need gap of 3. Okay, this is done. Okay, now this is perfect, but we need to change here also, so we need to change here. This is another div. Here we don't need item center, we just need gap of 3 like this. Okay, this is done. Okay, here we will change classes also, so instead of these classes on second div we will use our own classes. Px py background secondary, text byte on hover background will primary, this. Okay, these are the classes. Okay, sorry, I am going to undo this. These are the classes for button, but we need classes for our div. I have made some mistake. Now these are the classes for our div, and here you can see the result. Okay, this is done, but this text is very large and this is small, so what we need to do? Okay, here we use organic fruits again, because I think the issue is with the image. Okay, now you can see everything is perfect. Okay, this section is also done. If I inspect this on mobile devices, so you can see this is on mobile devices. On mobile devices it looks very beautiful. Okay, this section is also done. Now what is next section? So what next section is this blog component. We need to create this blog. For that I will close call to action and create blog.jss refe like this, and I will call this blogs in our home page. This is our blogs, so this is done. Okay, now inside blogs we need to write our blog related code. So for that we just need to import motion from motion, import motion from react motion, from motion react. This is okay, this is done. So we need to fetch again blog data from our store. Here we will use blog, you can see blog suggestion is, and here we will create a new state blogs data. Then here you use set blogs data like this. Okay, and we will copy this function and I will use fetch blogs. Instead of products we will use blogs, and here we will use blogs, and here we will use set blogs data, because now our setter function is set blogs. And I will copy this and call here fetch blogs. Just need to pass this blogs data in our value object so we can use it other pages and components. So our this is done. Now we just need a blog data in our blog component. So how we will use like this const blog data, and it will be from use context, and inside use we will use app context, which is the context of our context name of our store. Okay, this is done. Now we just need a small class name property here, and that will be py will be 12. Okay, after this we will use a div like this, and here we will use some classes. So my class name is, these are the classes. Grid calls 1, on medium screen grid call 2, and on large screen grid call will be 3. Gap of 6, item center, justify center. Okay, inside this div now we need to just map blogs data dot map, like this browse data dot map, and in this we will use an item and index. Okay, we will use item and index. So here we need a div. This is our div, and inside this div we will use key property to identify uniquely each object, and it will be I means our index. Okay, and here we will use class. We don't need class name here, we just need a other motion dot div. Motion dot div, this is our motion dot div. Okay, inside this we will use on while on hover, you can see while on hover we will use scale 1.1 like this, and transition, use transition, and in transition we will use delay or ease. First we will use ease, and ease will be ease in out, duration of 0.5, instead of 3 we will use 0.5. okay, this is the done. Now inside this div we just need an image. Okay, we need this image, and image will be item dot image, like this. And here we need a classes for this. Class name will be rounded, width will be full, and rounded will be 2xl, rounded will be 2xl. okay, if I visit my browser now, so this is okay. Here we have some issue. Let's see what is the issue. On console you can see here cannot destructure property. Okay, blocks data. So here we need to blocks data, fetch blocks, set blocks data, then this is the blocks data. Okay, we need to check in assets what else blocks. Okay, this is blocks, this is done, it is correct. Then here we have state variable blocks data, set blocks data, and fetch const fetch blocks, set blocks data inside this block. Okay, this is fetch blocks, and inside this blocks data. Okay, this is done. And here const blocks data, item dot image. Okay, I think we have this name of different name, not image. Let me confirm this. So we have image. Okay, this is image, item dot image. Okay, done, our error has been gone. Okay, these are the images of blocks. You can see it is looking very nice, and these are scaling smoothly. Okay, after these image, this is our image div. After this image we need a title of our blog, but before title we will show the date. So I will use a h2 tag in which I will show the date, h2 tag, and here we will use item dot date like this. And here I will use class name and use flex will be column. So sorry, we don't need flex column, flex item center, and margin y4. This is done. Then we have item dot date, maximum width will be lg, class name max width will be lg. Okay, then we have text lg, text will be large, here text will be large, and font will be semi bold. This is done, our date is done. So now we need one div. So this div is exactly same we have used for category and other to show a green line. Okay, this margin left, width 20, flex, border bottom, border secondary, and border of 2. Okay, after this we will use h1 tag, h1 tag, and here we use item dot title. Okay, and here we will use text XL and font bold. Here we will use text will be XL and font will be bold. After that p tag, like this, and here we will use item dot description, item dot description, and it will be inside this bracket, item dot description, and here we will use class name, text will be SM, and font will be normal, like this. Okay, this is done. Now we need a button below this p tag. A button title will be read more, sorry, like this, read more, and apply here some classes. Background will be secondary, text will be white, like this. Px will be 6, px will be 6, py will be 2, like this. Cursor will be pointer. So this is done, and we will use margin top 5. So our this part is also done. If I visit my web browser, so you can see here, okay, this is unorganized, unstructured. This is just because we did not have apply any style. Okay, we just need a style. This is our date, this is our description. So here we will use flex, and flex will be column. Definitely we need to use flex column, sorry, here we will use this div. Okay, this div is just for control X. This div will be closed here below this line here. Sorry, I just going to redo. Okay, I have a small issue, and that is this is our div. Okay, we don't need this here. Okay, instead of this div we will close this div here, like this, and here we need this extra div. Just remove this div. Now you can see here we have a beautiful organized description and title. This is our date, the posted date of blog, this is the title of blog, this is the description, and this is the read more button of the blog, and this is fully responsive, no doubt. Okay, this section is also done. The next section is this brand's logo. Okay, we need to show this. So for that, just you can see here we have brands here. You can see brand 1, brand 2, brand 3, and brand 4 exported in assets. So what we need to do here, we will create a new component named with the brands.jsx, like this, and RSCE, and call this component in our home page, brands. This is the brands. Okay, this is done. Now we need this brands component. For that, just import assets in brands, import assets, sorry, assets. Okay, after that we will use a create a array const brands, and here we will use brands, assets dot brand 1, assets dot brand 1. Okay, like asset, no, assets dot brand 1 2 3 4 5. These are our brands, and it is now an array. We will just need to map this in our JSX. Here we will use padding top and bottom will be 12, like this, and inside this we will make another div. This is the div, and here we will use some classes. Flex will be wrap. Flex will be wrap. Wrap mean it will automatically adjust when we go on smaller devices. I can center, justify center, and gap of 5. Okay, in this div we need to map brands dot map. We will take single brand and index, because we don't have any unique ID for this brand, so we will use index. Okay, like this. Okay, here just take one image tag. Inside we will use src and it will be brand. You can see this will be our image brand and key will be index. This will be our key, and here we will use alt property, and this will be brand, and here you can use class name. Width and height, width will be 200 pixel, like this. Width will be 200 pixel, height will be 200 pixel. And object content, like this. Okay, this is done for brands. If I visit my browser, let's see a browser. This is our browser. You can see here we have beautiful brands section. After brands we have a testimonial section, then we have a beautiful footer section. So let's make this testimonial section. So for testimonial section we will use prebuiltui.com. This is our, and here go on components. From here you can click on browse all components, and here you can see testimonials. This is called, sorry, we need a newsletter section, not testimonial. So here you can see newsletter. I will click on this, and just we just need, okay, so here we don't have the testimonial section as we want, so we will create our own, don't worry. So I am going to create a new component with the name of newsletter, newsletter.jsx rfce. This is rfce, and I will call this in our home page newsletter. This is done, and inside this newsletter I will import assets. We will import assets because we will use here image. So assets is imported, and in the return div, first div, I will use some classes. So our class name will be this, background color py12 and rounded empty, and inside this we will use a one div, and this div will contain some classes. Flex will be column. We will use three div. This is first div. Okay, flex will be column, item center, item will be center, text will be center, and gap of 3. Okay, so inside this, first of all we need to use logo. Okay, so here I will take one div, and in this div I will use image tag, and here we will use assets.logo, and we will use here, sorry, we don't need use here assets, we need to use here organic fruits, assets.organic fruits, not logo, like this. And here we will use class name, and width will be 1/2 magar. On medium devices width will be full, but on medium devices width will be 1/2. This is done. Okay, this is done. Below this div we just need one more div, and it will be our second div, and here we need some classes. So flex will be call item center, so same classes will be apply here on this div. Okay, sorry, on this main we need this class, not this is the classes on our main div. Flex will be called on medium devices, flex will be row, item center, justify center, gap of 6 and padding of 6. Okay, and in this device, in this div we have this. So that's one. Here we will sign up our newsletter. Here we will use sign up our newsletter. this is, and below this we have a p tag, and here we have get 10% off order. Okay, here we will use class name, text will be 3xl, text will be 3xl. Okay, font will be bold. This is done. For p tag, here class name, here we will test sm. So this is done. If I go here, you can see here this is done, but we need a input tag also. So for that, what we will do, we will use a form tag and mail icon. So for that, we can get this input from our pre-built UI component. Here we have this sorry, we have here input as we want. So we want input like this. Okay, these all inputs are correct. I am going to use this one. So I will change this to React, and I will click on code, and I will just copy this form tag. You can see. Okay, then just need to copy paste below this div. Just copy paste this form tag. Okay, this is form tag, and here we will use background primary. Okay, just visit our website. So now this is perfect, you can see, and it is fully responsive. Now just need to make on this footer. We will create footer later, but first we need to create this shop page. Okay, we need to, if I click on this shop, you can see we have shop. Now go in VS Code. I'm going to close all this. Then here we have a shop.jsx. This is our shop page. So what we need to do, we need to just get here our products data from our store. Then we will use context, and it will be imported from React. Inside this we will use app context. So app context, this is our app context. Okay, then we will use here navigate. So we don't need navigate, we use it currency. Okay, I will add currency later. Just we need this products data, okay, from our store. Okay, now we need one thing here, and that is we just need to use here what a filter search functionality. You can see here in our demo website, if I click on this shop page, you can see here a search functionality. If I click on core, means if I search anything that I will get in below. So I need to do this in shop page. For that we will use here filter. So I will use a state const input, then setter function which will be set input, and it will be empty by default, and we will use state. You can see I have imported use state here. Okay, this is our input. Now we need a filtered state const filtered products, then set filtered products, and by default it will be products data this. Okay, this is done, and here we need a search functionality. Okay, so what we need here const handle search like this, and here we will pass nothing, just do like this. Okay, then we will take a variable const query. This is a query, and input dot to lowercase, like this, and dot trim is a function which will remove empty spaces. Okay, this is done. Now if we will check if query is equal to empty, then here we will use set filter products. Sorry, like this. Okay, like this. If our query will be empty, then we will set all products in set filtered products. In else case, we will filter on the basis of query. So we will use const result. I'm going to take a variable named with result, and here we use products data dot filter, products data dot filter, like this. And here we will use one object product. We'll check product dot name, product dot name dot to lowercase includes query. It means our product name if include the query, if the text which will be input in the input field, so that will be filtered. Okay, this is done. After this, you can see here we have set filtered products result. So result will be in set filtered products. After that, we just need to apply here a use effect, and this use effect means when we will type anything in input field, the search will be shown in real time. Okay, and here we will choose handled search. We will call handled search, and in dependency area we will put input. As our input change, so our this function will use effect will run, and here we will use products data. So this is done. Now just we need simple JSX. We have already created our products card. We will just call that card in this page. So in our parent div, I have applied some classes py12, px4. On medium screen, px will be 8. On large screen, px will be 16. Okay, on this below a div which will be flex items will be center. This will be flex item will be center, justify center, and margin tops it 2. And input field, and here we will use value property. Value property will be input, and on change will be, here we will use on change, and it will be set input e dot target dot value, like this. And here we will use placeholder search products and class name. Okay, I hope you have got this point, because this is very simple. Just we are handling the input field with the help of use state. Okay, this is done. After this, we need a button. Button name is search, and here we will use class name. This is our class name, and here this button will be hidden, but on medium devices this will be flex. Okay, then px will be 10, like this, and py will be a arbitrary value which is 13 pixel. Okay, bg will be primary, like this. Text will be white, cursor will be pointer, like this. Now you can see here. Okay, you can see beautiful input field here. Okay, below this we just need h1 tag below this div. So I'm going to use h1 tag, and here we will use explore all products, like this, and a class name property in h1, like this. Margin top 4, text candy font extra bold, and text 3xl. Below this h1 we will use a div tag, like this, and here we will apply classes. So we will use like this, grid call 1. On these are the, just we are doing nothing, just we are, if I show you, I am going to remove this. I am just here copy and pasting. If I go on my components products card, I am just copying this div. You can see this div we have already created. I am just copying this and pasting it in our products page. Okay, we just need to change this products data to filtered products, because now we are using filter products. We also need to search result and all products. Now here you can see. Okay, what is the issue? The issue is that the product card component is not imported here. just import this product card component. You can see I have imported import product card. Okay, now I save this and go on my browser. So you can see now we have all products data. You can see this is the all product data. If I search anything like I search fresh, okay, you can see this is working. If I search core, you can search. If I empty the input field, we will see all the products. So this is our products page. This is done. Now it's time for our about and contact us page. So we will build this about page. So here you can see our about page is like this. Okay, so let's build this about page. I will close this shop and products page, open my about page. So here in this div we will use class name py12. We will use py12, and here instead of about we will use 1h1. You can see about our farm and farmers. Text will be 3XL, font bold, and text will be center. Below this we will take a p tag, and here I will use some dummy text. You can use your own text, and here we will provide class name. Class name will be text lg. This is text lg, margin top 4. Like this, text will be center. Like this, maximum width will be 4XL. Maximum width will be 4XL and mx will be auto. Okay, this is done. Below this we will use a one div. This is one div, and in this div we will use one more div, and in this div we will use image tag. Okay, and here we will use assets image. So we will import assets from assets. Import assets. Import assets from assets. Now we will use assets. You can see assets dot hero, about hero. We have image about hero and assets. Okay, this is done, and width will be full. Class name width will be full. On medium devices width will be 1/2. Okay, width will be 1/2, like this. Okay, on this div, which is our parent div, we need to apply some classes. So our both inner div should be visible side by side. So I am going to paste here classes. You can see flex will be column. On medium devices flex will be row. Item center, justify center, margin top 12, background black, text will be white. Okay, this is done. Now below this div we just need another div. Here is our div, and we will use here class flex. Flex will be called flex will be column gap of 3. Okay, and we will apply padding of 3. This is done. Okay, this is done, and here we will use h1 tag and deal of the day. In this div we will give deal of the day. So I am going to paste this h1 directly here with the classes. Text will be 3XL, font will be bold. Okay, after this we will need a p tag. So here we need p tag, and here I will use my dummy text. This is our dummy text. Okay, this is done. After this p tag we will use a button shop. This is the button shop. BG secondary text byte and px4 py2. Okay, below this we just need to call, you can see we add the last div. Just before the last div we need to call our brands component. You can see brands component. We just need to import brands component. We will go in components, then we will use brands component. This is the brand. Okay, I am going to save this, and if I open my browser, so you can see this is our about page. It is perfectly looking like our demo website. Okay, we just need to create our footer. Okay, this is done. Now it's time to create this contact page. You can see here we have beautiful contact page. So let's build this contact page. You can build contact page on yourself, but I am doing from my side. Okay, So this is our contact page, and here we will use const form data comma set form data. Okay, and then we will use state, and here we will here we will use name, email and message. These three state variable will be used. Okay, after that we will use on change handler. You can know how this on change handle means handle change work. Okay, after this we have handle submit. I have already done in my login and sign up form, so that's why I'm just copy pasting. You can understand it. Okay, after this we will just copy paste some classes. Here I will copy paste these classes. In this div we need a contact form. For that I will use a div. In the div first we will use contact form, and other we will use our other details. So I am going to here use form tag, and I will remove this, and here on submit we will call our handle submit function, which is this handle submit. Okay, and here we will use some classes in our form. So I am going to use these classes: background white, padding of 6, rounded to XL, and shadow empty. And in this form tag we will create our div. So this is our div, and here we will use label. Okay, and in this div we will use margin bottom 4, and in label tag we will also use class name block margin bottom 1, font medium, and below this we have input field. Okay, so I am going to copy input field, because you know everything in this input field. Type is text, name value is name attribute, necessary value will be form data dot name, and on change will be this handle change. We have created already this required true, and there is some classes: width full, padding of 2, border, rounded LG, focus ring green, and placeholder enter your full name. Okay, I will just copy and paste other field. Below this div we will email field. You can see exactly same things, just we have changed type, name, and form data dot email. Okay, this is done. And one more thing, one more div one more div is about your message. Okay, here you have name, then value, and on change. Other things are similar. And one last button. Here we have button after this div. So you can see here button type will be submit, width full, background we will use background secondary, text white, py will be 2, px will be 4, rounded LG, and hover effect and transition. Okay, this is our form tag. If I save this and visit my page, you can see this is looking very nice. Okay, what we need to do, we need to create another div for our details. So after this form tag we need a contact information. I am going to paste this contact information here. What we need to do, we will need to div. We will use this div, and here class name. This is a class name, and after this we have h2 and p tag. So I am going to copy and paste. You can see get in touch, text excel, font semi-bold, margin bottom 4, and here we have p tag, then margin bottom text gray 600. Then after this simply we have ul tag. So below this p tag we have ul tag. So I don't need this. Okay, you can see in ul tag we have align, address, then phone, then email. Okay, if I go there, you can see this is showing like this, but we want this side by side. For that, what we will do, we will apply some classes on this parent div of form and div. For that we just need a grid on empty grid called true and gap of 10. very simple classes. You can see grid on empty grid will be equal to, if I, you can see here we have two div inside this parent div, so these two div will be side by side. So you can see this is our contact page and it is fully responsive. If I click on mobile device, you can see this is fully responsive. I hope you have got my point. So we have created our home page completely, shop page, about page and contact page. We just need to create now a footer. We will create footer, and after footer we will create single detail page for the product.